Welcome to PrepsNet Coach Speak with Parker Thundering Herd head football coach Frank Warren. Powered by CM Gridiron. Here's your host, Aubrey Johnson.
Welcome in to another Parker episode of Coach Speak. Good to see you, Coach.
Good to be here.
Good. Thank you for coming. You had a really good win this past week against Minor, blanking them 37-0. Tell us about the game.
It was a great defensive game we had this past weekend.
Right.
Kind of had us on the 2 first downs. That was big on our part with the athletes they do have over there, Minor and well coached.
Right.
Offensively, we did some things well. We got in the red zone a couple of times, didn't score. Kind of disappointed about that.
Right.
Kind of penalties hurt us, and actually we had 434 yards rushing, and about almost 600 yards total offense. But it felt like we left a lot of points out there that we got to correct before we get to the playoffs. So I give us a B minus if I have to grade us on the game last week, and credit off the Minor too. They had a lot of things to do with it, but I felt like the places we're trying to go, we got to fix those mistakes, and I think we are going to do that.
Well, good. Well, obviously 37 points, and I think you said over 400 yards rushing and over 600 yards total. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic offensive effort. Who stood out?
I say the whole offensive line group.
Love that.
Yeah. I say the whole defensive line, really. I give hats off to the defensive guys, and defense spotlight guy I want to say it's probably a guy named Posey. He's undersized linebacker, nickel guy for us, but he kind of one of the smartest guys out there, and he kind of get us lined up. So I give a shout out to him.
Good. So what about on the injury side? How did y'all fare?
We actually fared pretty well. We got we didn't miss any starters this past week. Everybody came back. They had some banged up injuries, so we kind of going into this game fully loaded.
Okay. So we started the spotlight last week. We spotlighted an offensive player. I wonder if you'll spotlight us a defensive player this week.
I'll say Stephen Posey.
Posey, yeah.
He probably don't get all the accolades that some of our guys on defense do, but he does everything well. He might be undersized for a linebacker DB, but he plays with heart, and I want to. He does everything the right way.
Okay.
On and off the field, so those guys like that, I always give a shout out to Stephen Posey.
Well, good deal. So we're going to talk about next week's opponent right after this message.
PrepsNet Coach Speak is powered by CM Gridiron. CM Gridiron is your home of fan-focused Alabama high school football. From our weekly interactive Team of the Week and offensive and defensive fan-selected player of the week polls to the Alabama High School Stadium Tour, player profiles, Coach of the Week features, and live in-game scoreboards. CM Gridiron is the largest fan-driven digital platform in the state of Alabama. Your team, your voice, your vote, your game. CM Gridiron.
Coach, this week you traveled to Homewood. They, like you, have only one loss on the season. It's interesting to note, though, that you guys haven't met since 2017. So this will be the first time in roughly 7 years that y'all played together. What do you expect to see from the Patriots?
Man, when you turn on the film, you see how hard they play. Well coached. They do things that you got to prepare for. They play hard. They run to the ball. They block.
Right.
They got a quarterback that has some moxie about him that he makes them go.
Okay.
And so I expect a hard-fought game this weekend for the region champ.
Gotcha. So, Coach Ben Bergeson has been over there. This is his 11th season. He's practically an institution. What do you expect his style of play to be?
When you look at Homewood the last couple of years, they always play tough teams the hardest.
Right.
I go back a couple of years ago. They had Saraland really beat. I tell people all the time they got screwed out of a 2-point conversion
right.
down at Saraland. The year Saraland won the championship.
Wow. And
they played Pike Road hard last year, so he knows how to get his guys up for big games, and you got to prepare for stuff like that. And then he does a great job over there, man. And they play hard, and we we know what type of team we're going against, so we got to be prepared for it.
So you mentioned something about the region, and I want to make sure our viewers heard it. Where do things stand right now with Parker and region play?
If we take care of business Friday, we'll be the region champs.
Okay.
If
that gives you home
field
advantage,
yeah,
right?
for home field in the first round for sure. And then, after that, it's according to who's traveled the most, round 2 and round 3. So most likely, guarantee a home playoff game in the first round. And after that, it goes by the travel.
Okay, great. Well, Coach, that's our show. We appreciate your time, and we certainly appreciate you. Watch each and every week for Parker's version of Coach Speak.